much it fell in.
Yeah, I know.
Welcome to part 14 of building our tiny house, and as you can see we have finished all 4 walls and we took off the tarp. No rain came in. We had 3 buckets that collected a tiny bit of water, but everything is nice and dry, so the tarp definitely did a good job. And in this video we actually wanted to go the top floor to do the ceiling for this floor and move on later on with the next floor, but we do have some things that we want to address later on that David wants to explain about the wall, the way we did it, and some questions you had. But first, let's get on with some work. We do want to do some supports under the windows, around the windows, some that we forgot to do. Well, not forgot, but the weather didn't let us, as you saw in the past video. If you haven't seen it, it did start raining as we were putting the tarp on. So we did not get to do it, so we're going to be doing it now, and then we're going to be addressing some of your questions and worries. So let's get on with the support under the windows. And I did feel a bit of a sprinkle, but let's just blow the wind away and hope it doesn't rain, because we took it off and we want to get on with work. So let's go. Okay, so first things first.
Make a nice step.
Make a nice step. Perfect. Let me see.
Definitely better.
Nice. Now I got it. So it's gonna be a hollow beam.
Yes.
Mm.
If you really want to go over the top, you can put it on top as well if one. I can finish it off. Another thing we're doing while building this thing is off camera. I'm going everywhere where it's structural. I'm putting screws this size, 8 millimeters, 160 centimeters deep, 160 millimeters. These are massive and they are specifically for framing. These can accept a lot more bending, more like nails. So I'm putting these everywhere where it's structural, on the bottom, on top plates, everywhere around. But I'm doing it after, of course, because this is really time consuming and we don't need to film every single screw. So that's why I'm doing a lot of things off camera, which might seem like we're barely building it and barely assembling it. But I'm going everywhere, and every single place I'm adding multiple screws extra, because while filming we gotta build it up quickly and then we're gonna add all the extra screws after. But yeah, let's screw this all together with these big massive screws, and they should definitely add the strength that it needs to be a nice strong header. Double ring. So we decided to put the rock wool in already because we're gonna add the framing that's gonna actually put the support, the pressure from the top plate down on the header So when we add those, then it's going to be a bit more harder to put this insulation. It's not a lot in between, but it's enough to cause a bit of mess after.
Yeah, imagine if we have like 4 little pieces, it's a bit
Yeah,
more.
it's going to be harder to fill in.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Nice, and that is done as well.
Okay, let's add the 4 small pieces of support, and then add the bottom below the window.
Yes. And that is all the leftover we have. We'll be using everything to the max, no leftovers. So this pile is the only pile that we have for useless leftovers that we can't physically use, besides firewood. Hope it rains there, not here. You rather stay far, far there.
So as you can see, we are done. We have done the bottom and we have done the top of the header. So this is very solid now, rock solid. It feels really strong. So hopefully that's going to be enough to hold up the pressure of the roof and all the second floor that's going to be on it. Now let's move on to the other windows. Other windows of course are a lot smaller, but we're going to do the same technique, 2 from both sides and on top like that. Since we can, and some of the windows we can't, such as this one, but this is also not a main load-bearing wall. This is the side wall, so this is not going to have the roof sitting on it. It will have some walls on it, but it is also going to have also the big beam on top. Of course, I'm going to make a 4-plated beam on top of all the walls all around. That's also going to strengthen it all up. So let's move on to the other side. There is 1, 2, 3 windows we can do the same way. So let's get to those. And I lost my pencil and it made me cry.
I saw it flying.
It's already cracked in half.
You mean bent like a boat?
Yeah, I mean this is the first pencil we bought, by the way.
Is it?
Yes.
Surprisingly, you haven't lost it.
It's kind of splitting in half.
Wait, can you see?
But maybe a bit of glue could fix it. I think our battery's low.
It felt like it.
So this one I remeasured, and this is 72 gap. So I was checking because this is a bit bigger and this is a bit smaller, other way around, by half a centimeter. So I was like, how is it so sideways? We were doing this in a rush when it started raining already. So I'm thinking that we messed something up. So it's actually 6 centimeters too short, which is exactly this gap. So we can go fully flush this to the top and have it nice and closed up. So we're gonna just do that, and then we have exactly the hole we need. It is very high off the ceiling, but it's because the couch goes here, so the couch is nicely under, so you're not having the couch in front of a window. So let's get that all removed and put it a bit higher. That's gonna be a bit of a mess, but shouldn't take too long.
Plus it's going to be better because we're going to go flush till the very top, so
Yeah.
we don't need these tiny little things. But good that you rejected, because that would be a mess up if we would have to do that later on.
Yeah.
Or like make the window and then the window don't fit.
Oh no,
So-
if this all gets covered up and stuff, we would not be able to
Yeah.
get
Somehow you had like a good gut feeling.
to it. Yeah,
Okay. All the other windows we triple checked.
we did.
This was just the rushed window because it started raining. So
Yeah.
okay,
Okay.
all good. All fine.
I don't like the wind is picking up. Wind is
Yeah,
usually before
and
the rain.
It was quite of a black
It
cloud.
did get less black over us now.
Yeah, it's pretty dark overall though.
Definitely doesn't feel very I'm not gonna rain type of weather.
What is in the distance?
I'm not feeling anything yet. I just
Yeah.
hope we're not the starting point.
I hope
of
we
the
are
rain.
the last drop, if any.
None drops at all.
Beautiful. So let's move on to the next.
So this is the last window. I don't know why we left 3 centimeter gap. I don't know, expected what are we gonna do with it? Why didn't we just go flush to the top like we did with some of the other ones and have this plate flush up so I can screw them together like a sandwich? Much more stronger like that and much less likely also to have a bend here because of course it's like a double plate. So let's move it up and we are done with everything. All the windows are exactly the way we want them.
No, we need to add an extra wood.
And the bottom, yeah, I guess that's the only thing.
Okay, let's get that done. But it did not rain.
Yes,
we're
still all
good.
dry. So we are done with everything. We have done all the windows, everything we could. All the headers are installed. This is going to be a huge support on the top of the wall. The wall that goes on the very top is now not going to put any pressure on this and not going to bend inwards. It's going to be good. I think I've solved it in a really good way. And the only worry I have is the windows that don't have such a header, which is the windows that go too flush to the top, which is where we couldn't install a header. So hopefully that's going to rely fully on the beam that goes on the top, which is this like O-shaped beam. So it's going to be 2 on the side, 1 on top and 1 on bottom. So 2 plates and 2 side plates. So that's going to be like a beam that goes fully across the walls all around. Hopefully that's going to take off the pressure and distribute it throughout all of these frames to go all down the pressure through the floor and the foundations. I hope it's going to be all good. And another thing we want to address is a huge suggestion was to build them on laying down on the OSB on the floor and then lift them up. It might not seem in the video, but this wood is quite big. It's not your standard framing wood. This is 2 by 8 in inches or 5 by 20 in centimeters. It is pretty big wood. It is a lot thicker than standard what you build houses from, so it's a lot heavier. So one end wall altogether weighs 250 kilos, and for 3 people to lift that up would be quite heavy work. And splitting in half would make no absolute sense. Like here we would have to split it in many pieces just to be manageable weight and for us not to break our back. Plus it also would be much more confusing on the floor since we would have to follow the plan laying down like this and then lift it up and hope that it's all perfect. And we would have to remove the bottom plate, which we have already permanently attached. We're not putting it on the OSB sheet because my biggest worry about the OSB sheets is that if you ever want to remove an OSB sheet or have a look underneath, you would have it under the walls and pretty much it would be impossible without cutting it off and then not having a place to put it back on. Like this, we are able to remove all the OSB sheets currently even and check anything below, redo the insulation, do anything. If we had it underneath, then it would be a bit of a problem. So that's why we added more framing below the wall plate, just so it all sits straight and flush and the walls are perfect straight. We were leveling as we were going, we're measuring everything as we were going, and the walls are perfect straight line, even without anything kind of holding them side to side. Like they have a bit of movement, but barely, because the thickness of the wood is so huge, it just does not flex a single bit as long as you have measured everything correctly and cut everything straight. But that's going to be pretty much it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. In the next one, we are going to get on and do the bathroom. So we're going to do the bathroom walls and going to start working on the second floor's floor. So that floor framing is going to go in, and we're going to start working on the surrounding plate and beam kind of thing that's going to go all around. That's going to support then the second story walls, and then we got to do the roof. So we are still far from finished, but we're getting there, and we're getting there properly and taking our time, thinking through everything and making sure we're building it as good as we could. And I'm still learning. I am still new to this. It's not like I have done it for many years and I'm doing it wrong. I am literally first time building something so complicated and from scratch. I feel like we have come a long way, even from the tower we built last year. That thing, comparingly to this, was a giant mess and a lot worse. And this one we're doing a lot better. And the next one, I believe we're gonna do even better. So I hope you are not taking this as some sort of tutorial. This is not a tutorial. This is us showing you how we're doing it and just learning along the way. And then every time we get better. And that's gonna be it for this video. I hope you enjoyed. Can see you in the next one. Bye bye.
I think we've done a very amazing job.
Yes.
I love it.
Time to go up.
That's scary. Ah, by the way, we have some change of plans about the up.
A lot of big plans change.